Alright, here we go. We are in Route 216. Well, we were. As I was saying, we are in Route 216. It is nighttime, so we get the nighttime music now. I'm an ace. I can see that you're an ace too. Yeah, he is my favorite member of Kiss. Alright, this guy's got a name at Palm. Believe it's still a normal type, so not actually the matchup I was hoping for. Now, it is hailing out, and that means we gotta do some booging pretty fast. Because we get damaged by that hail unless we've got an ice type, and we don't have an ice type. He's got a Kadabra coming out. That means we stick with the plan. And we use Bite. You might notice a level gain here or there. I've spent some time in Underground. We defeated Blake. He is cold. He does not pay all that well in the grand scheme of things. We can make it back up here if need be. Java update, as per usual. The deep snow slows us down a bit. And this person knows all about what being a trainer is. Golduck. Bad news bears. One good thing though, this thing knows Cloud 9. And it should. It knows. If its ability were Cloud 9, we'd be in real good shape here. It doesn't. And uh-oh. So, big miscalculation on my part. It's going to use Aqua Jet again, so we got to do something about that. If I thought we could knock it out with Houndoom for sure, we can keep it. But I don't think that. I think this is going to be another Aqua Jet. Nope, it was Screech all along. So we would have been just fine. Well, life's disappointing sometimes, you know that? Nevertheless. Golduck is down for the count. Gyarados gets hit with some hail. Sudowoodo, we're going to keep Gyarados out there for that. This is a rock type. And as such, we are going to OHKO it with Waterfall. Ponyta, so same deal. We're now right where we want to be. And as we'll end the battle in this turn, we should not be hit by hail. How disappointing. I told you life was disappointing sometimes. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And I feel that. Here's a skier. Am I a novice or am I capable? I'm not even really sure. And we had hoped he'd have an ice type. And Sneasel's a good one for it to have. Sneasel is a dark ice, so there's not a whole lot it can do against a Houndoom. Good job, buddy. And that'll do it. So don't even get hit by the ice. You never expected me to be an expert. Play my Pokemon with an edge. Snowbound Lodge. This is a really cool thing you want to know about. And here's why. Heal up your Pokemon. We don't want to miss out on trainers, though, so we are heading on back. I'm glad these guys are all, ready to battle, and I'm in my punk rocker clothes, and they got a Lopunny. Nothing particularly strong against this. We're just gonna hit it with what we got. Not quite enough. Double kicks can be super effective. Fortunately, that Lodge is right there. But with the hail, that might be enough to take out Lopunny. It is. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Luxray 49. Giraffe Rig 46. Finally getting to a point where we like that special attack, and Nasty Plot is awesome. So Nasty Plot raises the user's special attack stat by 2 points. Absolutely massive. This thing's gonna hit like a ton of bricks, and that baton pass is even better now. Giraffe Rig baton passes a Nasty Plot to, well, let's say Dustox or Houndoom. Suddenly it's an even more lethal weapon than it might have been already. And I like to think these guys were lethal weapons. And that's an ice heal in case I'm frozen. Madonna taught me that's when your heart's not open. Someone out there gets it. Alright. That takes us back. So, we got a Pokemon battle here, and surprisingly, it's a Noctowl. I guess it's nighttime. I thought we were on Mount Coronet, but I see it in the distance. What's foul play again? Oh yeah, no, that ain't gonna... that ain't gonna be a thing. So, just hit a flamethrower. I think Noctowl is like mostly a special defense Pokemon, so... we will come out with Bite, which ought to do it, and does. So, more and more experience. Ah. This one's a Snover. Snover is a grass ice type. This is a really cool Pokemon, and its ability is Snow Warning, which will always cause a hailstorm to start. In this case, we got a hailstorm anyways, so what's the point? It is 4 times weak to fire. But despite that, Abomasnow is a decent Pokemon if you can keep it. Good job, Houndoom. If you can keep it out of harm's way. I've used it before. I really like it. I think it's a terrific Pokemon. Really cool design. One of the best ones to come from Sinnoh, which was era of really cool design Pokemon. And yeah, it's just got that Achilles heel. And the other thing with it is most Pokemon don't perform well in snow. Snow is great for ice types or Pokemon no Blizzard. Blizzard becomes 100% accurate in snow. But your team's going to take somewhat of a beating most of the time in it. So it's kind of a tough Pokemon to recommend in that sense, in that you kind of have to have like a Golduck with Cloud9 or something to switch in for it. Otherwise, your whole team's going to have to rely around snow. And that can work, but more often it doesn't. Now, Mr. Mime is a psychic fairy these days, so Bite is just neutral damage. Smog's super effective, but it's not a very powerful attack. We're going to have to upgrade that at some point. We're better off just using Flamethrower. Houndoom, that sky-high special attack. And Dustox doesn't really do much anything well, but I didn't feel like I could abandon it. With Machoke coming out, though, we do want to make a swap over to Giraffe Rig. That ought to do it. Sneasel. Smack the Houndoom there. And another Flamethrower does it. Bastiodon gains a level. He is a chunky guy. Good to know. I just dominated you, of course. Now we are on Route 217, which is marked by a heavier snowfall. This cold is but nothing compared to the fire that burns in my heart. Yeah, dude, sounds like an 80s rock song. He's Trainer Dalton, and he's got a Raichu. The thing with Raichus, I always like to talk about is they might have the ability static, so you don't want to use physical attacks against these guys. You want to hit them with special attacks for sure. Can't run into that accidental paralysis. A Pelipper. This is what Luxray was born for. I love Pelipper. And it's actually one I think sometime in the post-game we might get to play around with a little bit. Maybe. Sometimes these bad boys have the ability Drizzle. Let's see if this one does. It does not, or doesn't seem to anyway. Drizzle's a cool ability. Just like how Snow Warning for Abomasnow means it's always going to be hailing when it comes out. Drizzle means it will be raining when Pelipper comes out. That is especially good in double battles. It can make moves like Thunder 100% accurate in the rain. Then a lot of Pokemon really change how they work when it's raining. Some are much faster. Other ones recover HP. Hippopotas oftentimes has an ability, Sandstream. Here it is. Where it's no longer hailing, but a sandstorm is always happening whenever these guys are out there. And that can be more useful than snow warning. Basically, Sandstream doesn't hurt ground types, rock types, or steel types, so you get a little bit more variety in your team than you might otherwise. Your heart burns as hot as mine. Weather clears up sometimes. The view is breathtaking then. It looks like a ninja. Poof, you've got a good eye spotting me. Four. This is death by paper cuts for us. But we should be able to knock this thing out in one hit. It's just a Zubat. This late in the game, a Zubat poses no threat, especially to these guys. Overleveled though they may be. And they are. There's nothing I can do about it. Let's see. Krogunk is it poison fighting or poison dark? I can never remember. Let's just go after it with Dustox. Just occurs to me I screwed up. Fortunately, it can't do much to me apparently either. Let's do a couple of these. And it was a critical hit. But Dustox barely gets to play, so I told my friend I'm pulling Dustox. You know, I'm gonna go with a Garchomp, and they let me have it, as they should have. You can't pull Dustox. It's Dustox. Gyarados gains a level. Getting pretty nasty attacks stat on it. Here we've got a Golbat, but at this point, with those couple of quiver dances, and I don't expect I'll be using Dustox a ton here, so might as well let it take a little bit of hail damage. That won't do a thing. That'll knock out Golbat. Dustox is like your 12th player in college basketball that only comes out when the game's over. Gets a chance to play for like 2 minutes. But he drains the buckets when he's out there, so. Never get much from the kids. I'll play with my Pokemon even in a blizzard. Alright, dude. Let's go after you. Rainy days make me feel blue, but the instant starts to snow, I'm happy as can be. I'm only happy when it rains. Alright, Madison, my favorite city in Wisconsin. We've got a Snover here. And this one's a female. You can tell because that middle section is white. If it's a male, the middle section is brown. And that's just something you can tell St. Peter when he asks you how you spent your life. Alright, so Madison is down and out. Conditions weren't very good. Guess not. Not if you had a Snover. We do not have the hidden move to climb cliffs. Interestingly, there were HMs in the original game, so you found HMs to learn moves, not a Pokechap. Watch this one will have the brown middle section, so it's a male. And that hidden move was really well hidden on this route in a pile of snow. It's hard to find. One of the hardest to find most random locations of like any HM, any necessary move, I think ever in a video game. So I'm wondering how they'll handle that here. For the most part, I'm really trying to like think about this game versus the original. For me, it's I think at this point, Diamond and Pearl, the originals, are still better. There's a better challenge, most likely, is the biggest reason I can give it. Could have used a Cloud9 there. Maybe it doesn't work for environmental conditions. However, this is really a lot of fun. Really one of the best, most fun times I've had playing games in years. Should have switched Pokemon there, but hit the B button too fast. Better use Bite and see what happens. Oh, that worked out. No, not if this works. Got him. I don't believe it. My techniques were rebuffed. They were rebuffed all over the place, man. Look at that deep snow here. Oh, here's an item. It is a bottle of iron. And I'm looking for every trainer I can find. Here's one. Are you an Iga or a Koga ninja? I guess that's why Koga was named Koga. I didn't know that, but that makes sense to me. Scorpy, Bug, Poison. We can wreck this thing's day with Houndoom, and so we shall. This route is a little bit of an endurance test with the hail. It does force you to use different Pokemon. This is a really fun route. Really, I think one of the best routes in any Pokemon game, but definitely this one. Just the way it does really test you. You have to switch out Pokemon, use different ones. You want to have a well-balanced team here. We still got Bastiodon in reserve, but that's because it really can't do anything at this point. Really got to do something about the HM or the TM situation there. And this will end the battle. Haven't seen a Crobat yet, but we'll get there. And Girafarig to 47. You compare that special attack to Houndoom's, you see there's a pretty decent discrepancy there. It's not the same caliber. wonder why everyone stops being a ninja when they grow up. Dude. Alright, here's TM07 Hail. Always a nice one to have. You don't need to ever stop being a ninja. I don't know who needs to hear that. I don't know if it helps for me to tell you that I'm, 34 years old and have, a lot of adult things going on in my life. Here's TM100 Rock Climb. And you see the hidden move now appears. So pretty cool. That's what we were waiting for. He dropped the TM for Rock Climb. We found it, but he said it's yours to keep. And here's an Icicle Plate. Powers up Ice-type moves, among other things. Hopefully at some point we can explore those other things. In fact, we will. We skiers feel Mother Nature through the soles of our feet. You got skis on, Bjorn. And he's got a Mantike of all things. I think it's a water flying baby Pokemon. That was introduced this generation. Right? Now I'm thinking about it. I'm pretty sure it was. Let's just hit it with Bite before we overthink this. Luxray to level 50. Congratulations, buddy. Sneasel. No, I don't want to switch here. Level 38, so pretty cool. One of the higher level guys we've been up against. Good job, Houndoom. Got a good taste of your power. Trainers get an appreciation of life through a Pokemon. At least I think so. I didn't mess with you yet. Since she was just 5 years old. Now you're Skier Lexi. You got a Meryl. This thing might have Aqua Jet itself. There's not a ton I can do. Smog is super effective, but pretty weak. Let's just see what happens. It avoids it, uses Bounce, springs up way high. Okay. What the heck? I think Meryl is a water fairy. Lower its attack before it hits us with a physical attack. Does 1 bit of damage. Anyway, now we can hit it with Spark, which will do it. Good job, Luxray. Bastiodon to level 49. Tell me you learned to move. It's coming. It's coming, buddy. And Clefairy, I think it's just a straight up fairy type now. Dustox to 48. And Houndoom to 48. Lexi said, oh, wait, what? The scenery doesn't change very much around here. Don't go getting lost. Well, I'm going to fight this dude instead. To make sure I'm more agile, I always dress light. I bet you're pretty cold right now, too, dude. Here's this Krogunk. There's an ability that I think Krogunk often has where it's weak to fire type, but like doesn't take damage from water type moves. I think that's true. I want to say it's called Dry Skin. That's an awesome Rain Dance team move, but means Houndoom's a good choice for it. And you can see Houndoom's barely really taking damage, but he's still at halfway health because the hail this whole time. So if you have one Pokemon, you're going to have trouble getting through this route. This is our last battle for this episode, so let's knock it out. That's it. I knew you could do it. Onyx, yeah, Gyarados, right? So this thing might have sturdy, but it doesn't really matter if it does. As long as I drill it, it's gonna get knocked out after this turn either way. Yep, it has sturdy. So Gyarados is no longer a flying type Pokemon. Just water now. But that's it for Onyx, and thus the battle. Achoo! Might have to go home and dress warmer than this. Yeah, I think so, dude. We will catch you next time. Thanks so much for watching.